everyone, my name is Belle, and I'm currently a doctoral researcher in learning, education, and technologies. With a background in learning science and apply AI in education, I'm passionate about how AI transforms the way we learn, interact, and also in making AI more accessible to learners. Welcome everyone to our sessions on Introduction to Artificial Intelligence. So in these first few slides, we'll outline the journey that we will explore today. What AI is, why is it emerged, and where it is headed. Think of this as a setting, the stage for our entire discussions. We are aiming to understand AI not just as a futuristic concept, but as a technology that is very real in daily life, from smartphone apps to online services. Well, one may ask, why pay attention to AI? The simplest answer is that it helps us see how machines learn to mimic our decisions-making process. This does not mean that machines are smarter, rather they are trained to recognize patterns. Our talk today will address how this happens, the historical event that led us here, and some common myths about AI. Let us begin by looking at what we'll cover. These modules will focus on what is AI, how does AI come to be, common misconception about AI, why it is important to learn about AI. Our interactions will be interactive in spirit. Each part will build on the last, so by the end, everyone will see the big pictures. We'll focus on tangible examples such as navigation apps, online shopping, recommendation, and digital tools for the classroom. AI is not an abstract idea, it's a set of methods that help computers learn from data, and that is our starting point. What is AI? Now, I'm going to start with these warm-up questions. When you hear the word AI, what is the first thing that pops into your mind? Take a moment to think about this. Does that image fall into any of these categories? The westward idea of robot taking over our world, some other end on the scale of sci-fi movies, or general some smart app like Siri, Google, ChatGPTs, or you are not too sure altogether. With that confusions, let's get ourselves grounded on this basic definition of AI. AI, or artificial intelligence, is about teaching machine to learn from data and make decisions, much like how humans learn from experience. How does this different from most computer program or the tool that you ask? Well, regular computer program typically follow a fixed set of commands. So if a user is inputting data into a traditional program, that software will respond in the same manners every single time, the way that it has been designed and instructed. AI, in contrast, it evolves with every new piece of information it encounters. Imagine it as a student that gets better with practice. In this module, we'll break down the core concepts that make AI both fascinating and transformative. Let me illustrate the mechanism of rule-based program further. Picture a person coaching a computer to spot an apple. They'll hand it 10 distinct apple photos, explaining all of these apples. The computer would nod and fire them away. Next, the person revisits one of those images and asks, is it an apple? The computer would proudly say yes, because it remembers that specific photos. Then here comes the twist. A fresh apple picture appears. What is this? The coach asks. The machine draws a blank and answers, no. Unable to connect it to the saved image. So without any real learning, it cannot handle anything beyond those original 10 pictures. Now, let's switch gear to an AI-based system. The same person showed 10 apples, photos, labels, apples. Instead of just storing identical snapshots, the AI start to recognize the key features such as shape, color, textures. And when being asked, is this new pictures an apple? The AI would compare those features to its learned patterns. Even if the photo is at a new angle or at a slightly different color, the AI would understand and say, yes, this too is an apple. That's the real difference. AI learn from examples and form a flexible patterns rather than simply remembering precise images. So in this learning sense, we can say that AI has all capabilities in seeing, hearing, and thinking. But seeing we're referring to computer vision mechanisms like when your phone cameras identifies face friend. Or hearing can be speak recognitions, for example, Amazon Alexa or Apple Siri. It can interpret your voice command. Thinking pointing to making predictions based on data, like when an e-commerce site suggests the products. Each of these abilities emerge from the model training on a large amount of data. However, that does not mean that AI understands in a human sense. It learns from example and then apply that in learning. So in this sense, we should better perceive that AI is not magic, it's not omnipotent, but they can learn from example. The more example that you give, the better they become.